Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. How's it going? I'm Go VR Go Home. I'm doing a live right now, which is kind of fun. Because normally I do something that's pre-recorded, except for when I do a live show or a live something, something interesting. I'm not doing anything interesting right now. I'm just working on the actual layout, doing some electronic stuff with switches and whatnot. Trying to prep my yard for the whole power to the track, non-power to the track type thing. But I wanted to take a moment just to remind you guys that there is a live show tonight, and it's over on Eminem's channel. He'll be running trains live. Hey Dwight, how's it going? And yeah, it's at 8 o'clock tonight, so it's in like an hour or so. And I just want to remind you guys of that because I normally do it on my channel, but because I'm not able to do full loops or anything yet. Hey, Ottawa model rail fan. I'm good. How are you? Um, keeping busy, doing electronics. But yeah, yeah. I just wanted to let you guys know that Mark's doing a live tonight, and just a kind reminder to hop on over to his channel at 8 o'clock. I got him his LRC cars, so he's going to be showing off some of the new LRC cars tonight, which is great. We'll see what he thinks of them, and yeah, we'll get to see them. And now I know he has a bunch of the old ones too, so he's probably going to do a comparison of the old ones and the new ones. Not entirely sure what he has planned, but I can guarantee you it's going to be a good time. In typical Eminem Rails fashion. Yep. Yeah, everybody's still waiting. I know sometimes it takes forever. There's a lot of stores that haven't even received theirs yet, which is nuts, right? But I mean, I was very fortunate enough to, except for the fact that I had to drive for like 6 hours down to Otter Valley, but I was nice enough to be able to pick up mine so I could bring them home, show them off, and also the custom run that we did as well. Like I wanted to, obviously promote that because I helped out. So I definitely wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of those because there was no promo work really done for those, and it was a surprise announcement that was last minute. So yeah, I wanted to get the word out and show that they were available. So. But other than that, I'm working away here. I'm working away on my electronics. These are my little temp on and off switches for my yard until I build my, luxurious, switchboard. Until then, these will like just sit. Well, not sit. I'm gonna screw it to the side of the layout, and I'll be able to pre-wire everything. These are just your basic one-way on off, and I'll have that for each of my track sidings for my yard so I don't have consistent power going through everything, because then you need power for everything, right? So I want to be able to leave trains there in my yard and whatnot and not worry about them like starting up and all that unless I really need to move it or I'm going to use it. So basically just cutting the power to that track will definitely reroute that power and give the power to the main line where I need it the most. So fun. And yeah, these are just shims, door shims. I just I do a whole bunch of these and line them up. I'll mark them, whatever. Yeah, it's fun. I had a heck of a time finding a drill bit though that was the exact size that I needed. I still don't even know what size I need. And it's not like it's written on the packaging either. So I had to kind of like go through all my drill bits. I found one, and then it turns out that the end of the drill bit, so you know how like if you have a drill bit like this, it has the locking mechanism on the end of it. The drill bit I have doesn't. So it's more for one of those power drills where you have to hold the end and it tightens it. Yeah, I don't even have one of those. So, hey SMT, how's it going? Yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody of Mark's live show tonight. So I hopped on real quick here because I normally just in typical friend fashion, because he normally does a shout out whenever we're going to do a GVO After Dark or some sort of thing like that. So I wanted to do one for him as well, just to let everybody know, 8 o'clock. He's going to be going live, and he's running trains tonight, which is awesome. And then I'm not sure what else he has planned, but he normally, you know, has something elaborate. Kill some time. Do you guys want to see my yard? I've been doing a bit of work on it, obviously. I got part of my ladder down, which, oh yeah, I guess you can kind of see that, huh? Those are number 5s that are there. Now the other end of the ladder, there's nothing connected to it, but I've got, you know, in certain areas, like there's 2 pieces of flex track that are connected, and it's a little longer than that. So 6, it's about, my longest siding there is about 8 or 9 feet, which I think is pretty cool, because even on my old yard, it was nowhere near that size. Where'd my, oh, duh, it's right in front of me. Yeah, my old yard was not that extensive at all. So I'm happy that I can actually have like a 8-foot long siding there. There we go, number 3. So I'm going to show you guys my yard, and you guys can take a look. So this is kind of what I'm working with right now. Mind the Coke bottle. So yeah, so basically some of it just comes to about here. I mean, these 2 aren't even glued right now. That one back is all glued. I have to fix my station platforms, glue them together, paint them. I have to do the safety striping on them as well. And then I can put those in place, and then they'll stay there. Yeah. I try. It's a lot of work, as you could obviously imagine. So these here, yeah, they'll just hang off of, I don't know where the camera goes to, where you can, okay, yeah, right about here. Okay, so yeah, they'll just, I'm gonna attach them right along here, and you know, track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, you know what I mean? So these are just my on and off switches. Yep, nothing fancy. So the way I normally do it, as far as wiring these, and this is a good little tidbit for you. So 1 track, which is, I'm going to say it's the negative. So the negative is consistently connected with the rest of the layout. But the positive, I break the rail. So there's an insulated rail joiner there. So that means there'll be no power going through. So on the underside of the layout, my positive wire will in turn run through to here, right? Because there's 2 spots on the back. So it goes to one of them. Now on the other side, this one here will actually go to a, whatchamacallit, like an LED, right? So I'll put another hole right above the switch here, and then the LED will show out to the front here. And from the LED, you have a capacitor, and then from the capacitor, you can actually reconnect that power line to the rest of the layout. So when you flick it on, the LED is powered at that point to let you know that the track is powered at that point. Super simple, super simple. Dave actually showed me that. Mind you, you know, you'd think that I'd have some sort of basic knowledge about electronics, you know, on and off switches and all that fun stuff. But when you start talking about, resistors and all that stuff, I don't know. Yeah, very, very minimal knowledge here when it comes to electronics and this stuff. Not that it scares me, but I don't normally do it. I try to keep things as simple as possible, nothing elaborate. But Dave is actually, he's going to come over, and he said that he would help me do some of the elaborate stuff. So if you haven't checked out his video, he posted a video today, Dave A88. He actually got some infrared sensors, which he'll show you how he does it. He wires them to his tortoise switch machines, and when you roll over, when a car or a train rolls over a certain section, the infrared picks up the laser, and then it throws your switch, and then he's able to continue through. And he's got, it's timed, so I think it has about 2 seconds after it goes through. Yeah, basically it closes again. So I thought that was really neat. Yeah, so if you want to see how to do that, he has a video on that he did over on his channel. Go check it out, Dave888 on YouTube there. So, but other than that, I've been even today in general, like I was supposed to come down here and do this earlier, but I was feeling very discouraged. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just, you have days where you're very motivated and you want to work and you want to get things done and all that stuff. But then, just today I was like, meh, one of those. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so I thought I'd come down here. I mean, like I said, Mark's live show is in 1 hour, and well, depending on what time it is now, anyways, but it's at 8 o'clock. So I thought I'd just hop on real quick here, do a little bit of work, show you guys that I actually do something. I just show a video of everything being done, like already done, as opposed to, actually showing you that I can do this stuff. So that's all she wrote, though. The funny thing is, and I'm going to touch on that a lot when we do the GVO After Dark at the end of the month. Actually, a friend of mine, he messaged me today, and he has a car that's also messed up. Instead of it saying Vancouver, it said Erstencouver, something like that, which I was going to do another hashtag for that one, but I didn't bother. I was just out of it today. So yeah, so there is a couple of cars out there that are duds that just, didn't quite meet quality control standards. And unfortunately, mine was one of them. And I had reached out to them a couple of days ago, and they said, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Okay, great, but they didn't tell me how they were going to take care of it. So I kind of reached out to them today, 2 days later or 48 hours later, It's not like it's the weekend or anything. And basically what happened was, like, I had messaged and I saw that they saw the message, but they never replied. And it was more or less just a, hey, just wondering, what the actual plan was, because that wasn't really communicated to me. Like, are you going to send me a shell, or do you want me to send you my car? Like, what's the plan? And they just ignored my message. So, yeah. That's the long and the short of it, basically. So yeah, it's a very odd issue, to say the least. And now that there's more and more popping up, I don't feel so alone. But it sucks, but it is what it is. And I thought, it was funny, if anything. It's such a silly error, because it's on the outside of the car. That's like if if you bought a locomotive, and out of, however many thousand cars or locomotives that were made, one was like all zeros as the number. It's so right in your face. And, even though I had missed it, it being so obvious as to where it was, I still missed it, and it was pointed out to me. But yeah, it's such an oddball issue. It's like, how do you even, you know, are you going to send me a window, or, you know, like, what's the story there? So, let me see. Just want to see chat. Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going, Keenan? Let's see. I can't even see the. See, that's what I can't even see the chat. It just pops up for 2 seconds. I'm good. I'm good. I like I was telling everybody else, I just popped on real quick here. I'm just doing a little bit of work on my yard and doing some little temporary electronic switches for my yard. But I want to pop on because everybody, I want to let everyone know that Mark is doing his live show tonight where he's running trains live and whatnot, and he's got some of the new LRCs and whatnot. Got into conversation about the LRC issue that I had. Whoop. And yeah, so it's one of those things where, you know, I just wanted to do a good service or whatever it's called to let everybody know that that Mark's doing a live tonight. So, and I ran out of these. Well, technically I brought down 5. They were out in the garage. I totally broke one because I was trying to, you know. Yeah, see. Uh-oh. Sometimes if they're not thick enough, right? Like these ones are like super thick, so it worked for the bit that I had. But oh well. I need more switches though, because like this way here, if you guys can kind of see, yeah, the tracks just go to like nowhere. And I've got all my LRC cars down there. Well, most of them. Yeah, I think most of them are there. So, but I'm working away here. Got a couple more LRCs there too. They're all over the place. Yeah. So I got a lot more to do. I'm working my way around, and this is probably the part that I don't like about you know, the whole model railroading side of it is doing the electronic stuff and dropping feeders and it's very tedious work, I think. I'm patient, but I only have so much patience, and I think that it's a good thing that I do it because, you know, if I have any power drops or inconsistencies with power, this will definitely fix that, which, I mean, I don't really think that I have been having any issues as far as power drops. I mean, even for this section here, but exactly. Oh, hey Dave. I was just talking about you and your video from today. Well, a couple of minutes ago I did. Told everyone to go check out your video about the infrared. That's really cool. That was really cool how you did that. You don't see that a lot. And there's certain aspects that you do see of that stuff because that's how, in some cases, some signaling is done. But with the way that you did it, very different, and I liked it. It was really nice. But yeah, I'm just, Dave, you remember you showed me how to do this. This is what you did for me. So I'm doing this temporarily for my yard right now. How many should I buy of the LRC? Geez. Did you buy like all of them? Right? Yeah. Blast from the past. So I've got about like 4 tracks here that, you know, I'm going to have temporary power to. And of course I want to have a little, you know, I'm going to have my little section here where, you know, flick a switch. Okay, great. No power, trains coming in, no problem. Flick a switch and then, you know, whatever. So I wanted to throw some of these in there as well so that there isn't constant power to my yard, only certain strings, right? So I was basically talking about how I add the LED and whatnot, which you showed me. Super simple that I didn't know how to do, but it is what it is. I was also reminding everybody that Mark is doing the live show tonight where he runs trains, and yeah, and we're all gonna go over at 8 o'clock and watch him run trains live, because it's always a good time, always. And my cat's here too. She's having a good time. She just showed up. Okay, but yeah, I ran out of shims. How about that? I was all set to do work. Oh, I can show you these as well. I do a bunch of these. These are my little boards that I put under the layout. So you've got your positive and your negative, or negative and positive, whatever colorway, right? I always do my red as my positive because my favorite color is red. And then whatever color over here, right, is your negative. So basically the way I used to do it, because I was doing it modular, I would have like a, the male female plug, and then you'd plug it from thing to thing. But I'm going to remove all these. So when I put this under the layout, the power is going to go right into here, right? So your positive will go into the positive and the negative will go into the negative, and then it'll continue out the other two to the next one of these. And then all the feeders that get dropped down, all the positives from all the feeders, and then all the negatives go into here, and it continues the power right throughout. And these make it super simple just to drill that to the underside of the layout, plug your feeders in, tighten it, and then go to the next one. So I try to keep everything as simple and neat as possible, and this is just one of those simple ways that I do it. So very handy stuff. And yeah, they're just, they're normal terminal strips. They're plastic. They came from China, and they allow you to cut them, because it's like a little rubber piece. They cut very easily, so you can cut it like it's normally a length of 12, I believe. And whatever section I was doing, I only needed about 5, so I'd cut it down to 5, and then I just hot glue it to the wood, which that works no problem, right? And then I just do all my little jumpers so that everything is being fed. That's it. I know, super simple, right? So yeah, it's just one way that you can do it. And then obviously, well, I got to remove this. Yeah, see, it's just a little plug. Normally, sometimes they're like a little bit longer, but because they had to go pretty far, jumping from module to module. I think I only put the extender on one side of it though. So, and yeah, so this will go under the layout. So what'll happen here though is that because one side needs to go through the switch and then it needs to go to here, it makes it a somewhat easier that way to run it. So from here it'll go to the LED and the resistor, and then into the switch machine, or not the switch machine, but the little on and off toggle, and then out, and then it goes to the track basically. So that basically stops it from giving the track power, and that's only on one side. You don't have to do an on and off on this side, and you don't have to run that to this on and off switch. You're just turning off one, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. When I say it, it doesn't make sense. But when others say it, it's like, wow, that makes total sense. It's because I'm bad at explaining things. My one weakness. That and bullets. But yeah, so that's it. That's my yard in a nutshell right there. And yeah, a little bit, here and there to do. I've got a couple of feeders that I've dropped on the other side, so I can run trains like basically from end to end. You guys have seen it if you've seen any of my videos recently where I'm running trains back and forth. Looks like a full loop, but it's not. The full loop has to go all the way up to the top level, and then it makes its way back down. But this is exciting because as soon as you know, I've gotten through this part at least, you know, the ladder section. Early, I'm gonna say by October, I have to start in my Helix. So that means my work computer has to come out of there. You can see that in the back there. So I basically, that's where I work there in my Helix. So all this is going to come out, and then I can start going up, and I'll be able to go to the next level, which is right here. And then I'll slowly make my way down and around in the back. And then go up another level. You know, it's how it has to go, right? So yeah, Dave, I'm gonna need an extra set of hands for sure. Yeah, it's a massive undertaking, especially with the fact that it's like the biggest, or the outside radius is 35 inches. Yeah, and then it's like a double. It's a double main that circles up, and then basically dropping feeders all the way down for each level, testing as I go, obviously. And obviously cork as well to get rid of that ugly rumble sound, you know. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not looking forward to it at all, but at the same time, it needs to happen, A, and B, you know, in order for me to even remotely start on the second level, I got to get to it first. So, because all this is going to be out of reach, right? Because my Helix starts like right here, and it goes around that way. So all this here is going to be passenger like storage. So I'm going to have about 8-9 tracks or so, whatever I can fit. And it's all going to be like from maybe about like halfway down here, just flex track that goes back straight, and I'll be able to back my passenger cars in, which are, you know, I'll say a locomotive and 4 or 5 passenger cars long. Yeah, because each car is about a foot long, so 4 or 5 feet, 5-6 feet. Yeah, at least 6 feet is what I'm hoping, minimum. And then there has to be a bit of a ladder to go in and out of that as well. So, and that's just basically, you know, I have to finish and do that entire section before I can even go in there or continue along this way as well. It's a lot of work. Again, another section that's going to take a tremendous amount of effort on my behalf just to even fathom doing it. And it's obviously it's got to work. If it doesn't work and it doesn't function, then, you know, it's gonna suck. So, but yeah, so these are all just things that I thought I'd mention. Working away, obviously, like I said, I'm not doing too much. I think I might have. This is all I really did. I don't get too much work done. Again, feeling unmotivated today, but very excited to watch Mark's live show at 8 o'clock. I don't even know what time it is right now. I know it's probably about like 7:30. Does anybody know what time it is? Hashtag Sarnum. Hey Greg, how's it going? Yeah, so we're gonna go over 8 o'clock. M&M Rails, Running Trains Live. Yeah. So I'll leave you with that. And good night, everybody. Have yourself a good one. And come on Friday. Oh, it's 7:38. Okay, yeah. So this is normally about the time that I'm already in their chat, or in Mark's chat. So let's hop over to his channel. Whoever, you know, is free or whatever. 7:39 Sarnia time. 7:39 Cernum time. Yeah. So thanks for joining me. Yep. And then obviously we've got GVO After Dark at the end of the month. So we'll see you there. And also there was something else. Nope, that's in 2 weeks. So that was it. I might post a video between now and then. I don't know. I'll do another live or something. But we'll see you then. And we'll see you over on Eminem's channel in 3